Ready for a culinary adventure? We're diving deep into British cuisine.
Ooh, British food. I'm intrigued. Doesn't always hit the best rap.
Exactly. We're here to bust those myths. Forget bland and boring. We're talking flavor, history, innovation.
I'm all ears. Where do we start?
How about Yorkshire pudding? Think beyond the roast. Sweet, savory, even pizza-fied.
Yorkshire pudding pizza. No, that's a twist.
Right. It shows how British food adapts, evolves, but keeps its roots.
And don't forget those vegan versions. Inclusivity in food is so important, but it's fascinating how that simple batter went from side dish to, like, culinary blank canvas.
Totally. Speaking of flavor, let's talk Cumberland sausage. 500 years of history in every bite.
500 years. That's older than America. What's the story there?
Picture this. German miners in northern England, right? But Cumbria, where they were, was a major port. So 18th century, spices from the Caribbean are flowing in.
Hold on. German miners. Caribbean spices. How'd that end up in a sausage?
That's the beauty of it. Nutmeg, pepper, sometimes ginger, all worked into the recipe. Global fusion before it was cool.
Wow. So it's like a taste of history, literally.
Exactly. And get this, it's so special. It's protected by law, like official status.
Oh, wait, seriously?
Yep. Traditional Cumberland sausage, only from Cumbria, specific recipes like champagne and its region.
That's fascinating. Food really can be a cultural treasure. Okay, I'm craving something sweet now. What about dessert?
Oh, we've got you covered. Sticky toffee pudding. Just the name itself.
It's decadent. So what's the secret? Why is it so good?
It's all in the technique. Dates, they're not just chopped, they're boiled. Intense sweetness, almost like caramel.
Ah, okay, so it's more involved than I thought.
Oh yeah, and the baking. It's precise. You want that crisp top, but soft, almost custardy inside. And that toffee sauce.
Don't even get me started on the sauce. It's like liquid gold.
Right. I've even heard some chefs blend the dates after boiling for extra smooth sauce.
Whoa, that's dedication. But I guess that's how you elevate a classic.
Exactly. Okay, ready for a British icon, the full English breakfast, but it's got this whole social class journey throughout history.
Okay, now that's interesting. So it's not just like a working class staple.
Well, it became that, but it started way back, 13th century. Rich landowners showing off, abundance and all.
Yeah. And then it transitioned to everyday folks.
Exactly. And even today, yeah, there are variations, but that core, bacon, eggs, sausages, it's that universal need for a hearty start.
Comfort food at its finest. Though I do wonder, when did it become so linked to the working class?
Good question. It really took hold after World War II. Ingredients more available, standardized. So yeah, from aristocratic beginnings to the everyday table, it's like a culinary time capsule of Britain itself.
Amazing. See, this is what I love. Good food, good stories. You can't beat it. You said it. The Sunday roast, it's more than just a meal. It's an event. Families, friends, everyone gathered around. That sense of tradition, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And the food, come on. Roast meats, Yorkshire puddings, don't forget those crispy roast potatoes. You can't have a roast without them.
Don't get me started on the roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Golden brown, a little bit of crunch, and of course the gravy. Brings it all together.
Absolutely essential. But let's not give the wrong impression here. British food isn't just about these, like, grand traditions. It's got a wild side, too. Adventurous.
Oh, 100%. Remember, we're talking about an island nation shaped by centuries of trade, people coming and going. And you see that in the regional dishes. Yeah. Each one's got its own story.
Now you're talking. Regional specialties. That's where the real fun is. Give me some highlights. What should we be trying?
All right, well, let's head up north first, shall we? Scotland. Arbroath Smoky, ever heard of it?
Rings a bell, but refresh my memory.
Smoke haddock. But not just any smoking. This is hardwood fire, traditional barrel method. The flavor is intense.
Okay, you had me at smoked. That's going on the list. What else?
All right, let's hop over to northwest England now, Lancashire hot pot. It's like the definition of comfort food.
Okay, I'm listening. What's in it?
Lamb. Tender chunks of it. Slow cook with onions, layer of potatoes on top, all baked together till golden.
Sounds hearty.
Oh, it is. And it's a dish born from practicality. The Industrial Revolution, people needed good, filling meals.
Food and history always intertwined. Love that. Okay, I gotta ask, what about Cornish pasties? Those are iconic.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
That flaky pastry, savory filling. But the shape, that's what always gets me.
D shape. Yeah, why is that?
It wasn't just for looks. Cornish miners.
Yeah.
That was their meal. They'd hold it by the crust, eat the filling, and toss the rest.
Wait, toss it. Why?
Arsenic. They were worried about arsenic dust from the mines getting on the crust.
Uh,
Smart, huh?
that's brilliant. See, food, history, it's all connected. Okay, we can't talk British food without mentioning curry, right?
Absolutely not. And not just any curry, Balti curry. This one's special to Birmingham.
Birmingham. Okay, now that's a city I don't usually think of for curry.
Right. But it's all about the Pakistani and Kashmiri communities there. They brought their traditions in the 70s. Fresh ingredients, high heat, boom, Balti curry was born.
See, fusion done right. I love it. So we've got smoked haddock, hearty stews, even curry. Is there anything British cuisine can't do?
Right, and we haven't even gotten to everything. Welsh cakes, little griddle cakes, perfect with tea. Or how about stargazy pie?
Stargazy pie. What is that? Some kind of astronomy dessert?
Not quite, it's Cornish.
Right.
And, well, imagine a pie, but with whole fish baked into it, heads poking out of the crust.
Hold on, fish heads sticking out. That's different.
To say the least. Legend has it was made to celebrate a fisherman who saved his village from starving. The heads proved there was fish in the pie.
Well, you gotta give him points for creativity. Okay, this is all amazing, but let's get real for a sec. What about people with dietary restrictions? Can they still enjoy British cuisine?
Of course. Gluten-free options are out there. We talked about Yorkshire pudding, right? There are fantastic gluten-free recipes. Different flours, but still delicious.
That's good to hear. Yorkshire pudding is a must-try. What about other dishes?
Plenty of options. Gluten-free bread for that. Full English. Pasta made from lentils or chickpeas for something hearty. Even gluten-free pie crusts. No need to miss out.
Music to my ears. So no matter who you are, what your dietary needs are, British cuisine has got something for you.
Exactly. It's about being informed, asking questions when you go out to eat, being open to trying new things. That's how you discover the best stuff.
Couldn't agree more. Well, from Yorkshire pudding pizzas to gluten-free sticky toffee pudding, we've certainly taken a delicious journey today. It really does feel like we've just scratched the surface. But we can't wrap up this British food fest without talking about the big one, Christmas dinner.
Ah, yes. Christmas dinner, the granddaddy of all feasts. It's an experience in itself.
Seriously, it's like a culinary marathon. You've got your roast turkey, stuffing, those crispy roast potatoes we talked about.
Can't forget the pigs and blankets.
Yeah.
Essential part of the Christmas spread.
Absolutely. And then there's the sides. Brussels sprouts. Love them or hate them.
Cranberry sauce, that touch of tartness. And let's not forget the unsung hero bread sauce.
Oh, bread sauce. So simple, but so good. And of course, no Christmas dinner is complete without the Christmas pudding.
The flaming Christmas pudding. Now that's a showstopper. And speaking of festive treats, we can't forget about the mince pies.
Mince pies, those little bites of holiday cheer, perfect with a cup of tea. You know, thinking about all these dishes, I'm noticing a trend. Beef, lamb, they seem to be staples.
You're onto something. British cuisine has deep roots in those hearty meats. They're the foundation of so many classic dishes.
It makes sense, right? Nourishing, filling, perfect for those colder months.
Exactly. And these dishes, they weren't just thrown together. They evolved over time, born out of necessity, honed by generations of cooks.
It's like culinary evolution in action. Speaking of which, didn't you mention something about a soup with ancient origins?
You're thinking pottage. This thick, hearty stew made with vegetables, grains, whatever was on hand. It's been around since Neolithic times.
Neolithic times. We're talking like prehistoric soup here.
We are. It was the food of everyday people, cooked over open fires. And over time, it evolved. Regional variations popped up. Scottish cuisine, for example, is known for its incredible soups.
Oh, right. You mentioned something called cockaliki, right?
That's the one. Chicken and leek soup, a classic combination.
Oh.
And then there's Cullen's skink, a smoked haddock chowder. Absolutely delicious.
It's amazing how something as simple as a bowl of soup can have such history behind it.
Isn't it? Even the word soup itself has a story. It didn't enter the English language until the mid-17th century. Before that, it was all pottage and broth.
Fascinating. See, this is what I love about food. Every dish has a story to tell.
Exactly. And with British cuisine, those stories are full of surprises.
That they are. We've gone from Yorkshire pudding pizzas to prehistoric soups to flaming Christmas puddings. It's been quite a journey.
It has. And I think it proves that British cuisine is anything but boring. It's diverse, it's historic, and it's full of flavor.
Well said. So, to our listeners, we encourage you to go out and explore the world of British food. You might be surprised at what you discover.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. What British dish are you most curious to try now? Think about it, and until next time, happy eating.